Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is something that has been trending on TikTok. If it has not come across your FYP, there's a problem because this black man is tired of seeing us embarrass ourselves on social media, especially the black men within the community. Like he really has a lot to say, and usually I speak about these things but people get offended, but I'm happy that it's coming from a man himself. Guys, listen to what he had to say. Come back and let me know what you think about it.
The black man's ego needs to be studied. And when I say black, I mean every single black man on this planet, regardless of what continent you're from. With the ego of the average black man, bro, you would think we are running economies. You would think we make global decisions on economy and security. We don't. With the ego of a lot of black men, you would think we are out here, deciding which country gets aid, which country doesn't get aid. We don't. You would think that we are running powerful militaries globally. We are running countries. We are not. But if you hear the average black man talk, you would think he speaks like he is running the shit, but he's not. And I'm a black man myself, but I have the self-awareness to know who I am and what I'm not. Does that mean I have low self-esteem? Clearly not. Does it mean I have high self-awareness? Absolutely. Because when you hear some of the black men who are attacking me on my videos, it's like, dude, you're just insulting me. You're not making a point. You're not making a point. The truth of the matter is, as black men collectively, we do not have the power, the economic power as a collective. We don't have the social power as a collective. We don't have the political power, which typically comes with economic power as a collective, to make all this noise that we make. Black men make a lot of noise. We talk a lot. We act and talk as if we are running empires. We did in the past, sure, but we don't currently. Whether you are in Africa, whether you're in Latin America, whether you are in America, you don't own shit. In fact, I would say the group of men who actually own to at least the most would be African men. Because say whatever you want to say, it's your land and you own it. You have the rights to it. Even if you're running it badly, you still own it for the most part. But the point is this: with the ego of the average black man and what he actually owns and what he actually controls, it doesn't match. I've said this before. Black men make the most noise but are the least productive. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. The noise we make as a group, the noise we make as a collective, it doesn't match the productivity that we actually generate. So we make a lot of noise, we talk a lot, submission this, submission that, but I'm just saying it doesn't match, right? So there's a gap in there. And that's what my video was talking about. Like your videos, that's what my video is talking about. Black men make the most noise but are the least productive. Asian men don't make as much noise as black men do, but they are controlling economies. They are controlling politics. White men don't make the same noise that black men make, yet they control economies. And this is a fact. So that's why when you talk about the women from these communities, talk about, oh, Asian women are feminine. Of course Asian women are feminine. Asian men have power as a collective. The Asian man has built China. The Asian man has built regions. The white man talk, oh, white women are feminine. They submit to their men. Of course they submit to their men. The men are running empires. The men are running the world. Have power first and people will submit to you. That's my take. I believe if we want to build any community, the black men, the men in general, must lead. That's how it is. If you look at the white community, the Asian community, the Latino community, communities that are doing a bit better than us, that are doing really better than us, the men built it. So when you talk about submission, for example, from women naturally submit to men that create the environment for submission. That's it. You cannot force a woman to submit to you. No. I had to tame my ego. I had to. And it's not the easiest thing. Again, I am a Nigerian through and through. Nigeria is the headquarters of egotistical men. So imagine me, a Nigerian content creator, black man, black African man who, you know, is proud of who he is. I'm not a dumb guy. Because of the greater good of awareness and sharing information with my community, I had to humble myself and wrestle with my ego. I still wrestle with my ego. I put my ego aside and focus on the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? What is the issue? What is the problem facing my community? And even though it goes against my ego and superiority complex or whatever I could call that, I've learned to walk past it. I've learned to walk through it. I must put the community first. When you see me making videos about black men, I'm speaking to myself too. But I've learned that in the journey of controlling my ego, I'm able to look at things for what it is, and that way I am not emotionally affected. Have black men dropped the ball? Absolutely. Am I being harsh on black men? Absolutely. There's a reason why I'm being harsh on black men. Because black men have failed the community. Yes, I said so. And when I say black men, I'm talking about every single category or categorizations of black men. Black African men have horrendously failed the African community. That's a fact. Oh yes, the black African man has failed woefully. The black American man has failed as well. The black Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latino, whatever, you've all failed. We don't have one country that is a developed country or on its way to being developed run by black men. That's horrible. That's horrible. We don't have that. Yet, we are the loudest when it comes to women submission, black women, masculine. Is it any surprise that the women that black men love to put on a pedestal, Asian women are feminine, Latino women are feminine, white women are feminine. You put these women on a pedestal. What do the men of all of these three women have in common? They are builders. They have built countries. They have built systems that enabled their women to be feminine and soft and submissive, like you guys love so much. There's a reason why you say black women are masculine. They are not masculine, but this is what you say. Is it any surprise why the masculine women, quote unquote, tend to have the least productive men? I'm sure this cannot be coincidence, right? I'm pretty sure it's not coincidence that the Latino women that you put on the pedestal, the Asian women that you put on the pedestal, the white women you put on the pedestal, their men tend to be very productive compared to the black man. So my question is, instead of pointing the finger at the black women for being masculine, why don't you point the finger at yourself? What are you doing as a black man, as a collective? Are we black men holding ourselves accountable? Are we the men that are dropping the ball? Are we holding them accountable? Are we shining the light in your face and be like, hey bro, you fucked up, fix it? Instead of fighting and arguing from a place of ego, let us look from a place of honesty and transparency and learn to manage your ego. It will make our lives better.
As you've seen in the video, that is what he had to say. And really, I have nothing, like literally nothing to add on. I just have to share these videos because I always speak about how every time I get on my freaking phone on the internet, if I don't see a man bashing a black woman, I'm going to see a black woman bashing a black man. I'm going to see us putting ourselves down. I'm going to see us fighting. I'm going to see diaspora wars. Literally, I see 0 videos of Chinese, Indians, whites, or any other groups of people. Guys, even Arabs. I've never seen any videos of those people coming on the internet and embarrassing themselves the way we do. And then when we come out and then people say we are sensitive or we are disorganized or all these things, and then we are complaining still. But we show that we don't love ourselves as people in terms of growth and still bash ourselves and say all these nasty things about ourselves. And then when it comes to the black men, guys, every other race of people is run by a male figure. Women are there, but majority of the time, these other groups of people know that a man has to lead. And I'm not saying that black men don't lead, because I mean, I come from a family where the men in my family lead, but then as a collective, look into the African continent and see how disorganized it is. I mean, it's ruled by a majority of black men, right? We cannot say black men and just talk about the men outside of Africa. Guys, Africa is the source of all black people, might say. But then you look at the black men we have and you're like, oh wow. You see the disorganization, you see the traitors that we have, you see the corruption that is going on. And I'm not saying these other groups of people don't have those things, but you look into our continent and really wonder, where did we go wrong? Like, are our men eating a specific food that other men don't eat? It's really disappointing. It's really disappointing. Like I said, I'm not saying we are all evil, but the thing is, as a collective, black men do not control anything. And as the man said, the African man said, he comes from Nigeria, right? Where, yeah, there's that some sense of a man can lead, but then still as a collective, what do black men have? Like, guys, what do you black men have that I should look at and be like, wow, we control this. This is owned by black people from the top to the bottom. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. No music, no sports, no politics, nothing, literally nothing. And then we come and complain and say other people don't respect us. You know, they disrespect us, they underlook us, we always complain. But the truth is, until the black man leads, nothing and no one will ever respect a black woman, will ever respect African people, black people, will ever respect you in general as men. But I love that I came across some video of another man that was talking about how his father was a very good figure, which is also okay that we have those things. But as a collective, guys, what do we really have to look at?
There to convince black people that none amongst them was worth anything. Kungako today, isitha somuntu omnyama, umuntu ozodiliza inkampani yomuntu omnyama, umuntu omnyama, umuntu ozokuframe, umuntu omnyama, umuntu ozokufaka ejele ngenzondo, umuntu omnyama, umuntu ozokubamba ngenhliziyo athi sobona ukuthi uyophelela laphi, ngumuntu omnyama. To this day.
I can't talk about black men the way some of y'all do, and I'm not sorry about it. I still remember the exact moment where I looked at my father and said, I want to be like him. It used to take us 45 minutes to walk from the church sanctuary to my dad's Toyota Camry because everybody wanted to stop, shake my dad's hand, and talk to him. My dad has a PhD. He spent so much time working at women's centers and discussing different issues with them. He visits schools and talks to young black men about life, about fatherless homes, and about choosing your path. My father always encouraged everything that I've ever wanted to do, whether it be theater, running track, or giving me my first $1,000 to start my video editing business. I'm almost 30 years old and my dad still asks me 2 to 3 times a year, how can I be a better father? What are some of the things that you wish I would have done better for you as your father? That's a black man. During one of the most depressing parts of my life, for 3 months, I had a friend who picked up the phone every single morning when I called him and talked to me for over an hour. I could probably text him right now and say I'm sad, and he would probably take a 15-minute break at work and call me. That's a black man. There are a couple of black men who come to our men's mental health check-in every single Thursday night, even though they have kids, even though they have wives, and with no incentive other than making better men, they spend up to 3 hours helping build and heal these men who come here for a place to express, decompress, and feel safe in it. Likes, comments, views, and virality will never have me speaking on black men the way I see people do on here. The bullet bags, the weakest link, you won't see it come out of my mouth, and it won't be tolerated in my comments because I've seen the greatness of black men, and I know these aren't the only ones.
This is just something to leave out, and just let us look into ourselves and take accountability for most of the things that are happening to us now, yes, we can blame it on the colonization or the mental slavery that, was put into our heads, but then still we have to find a way to come together and try to grow the community. I talked about how the richest, black man in Africa is also being fought to go down literally by his own black men, black people. And it makes you wonder, how are we even going to grow if we don't support our own? Look at how people see Malema, because he talks about opening borders and letting African people look or be free within the continent. Look at how people look at the leaders that come out and want to do good for the African people. It's always us as a people that are fighting ourselves, and it's really crazy. It's ridiculous, and we need to do better. We need to do better as a people until we learn to understand that we are a problem ourselves as well, and not just the other influence outside of us. We are never going to grow, and that's the reality. That's the reality. Guys, that is it for me in the video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll see you again in another video. Thanks for watching.